Hello again from my front porch. Today I am going to shamelessly use the front porch to plug another video project that I've started working on. I've started doing this thing called Sundays with Paul. Now, it is a video that's about half an hour or less, and it airs on Sundays. And what I do during these videos is I sing a few songs, I share some scriptures, and I add some other comments of my own. And each episode is centered around a center focus, a center theme. And so I've started doing these during this COVID-19 virus time frame. Well, partly because a lot of performers are doing stuff online now as opposed to being able to go do things live. But I know there are a lot of people who are not able to make it to their churches, and they're not able to hang out with their Christian friends. And so I thought, hey, this is something I can do. Now, what made me think I could do this, and where do I get these songs from? Well, that's more of a little bit of a story, and I'll try not to make this too long, although I am known for my long stories. But you see, I grew up with a mom who was very musically inclined, and she encouraged all of us kids to also be musical as well. And so we would sing in church, and I had a pastor's wife at the time, Opal Reese, who was a wonderful lady. She was strict, she was firm, but she was also very loving and she provided just a wonderful support and guidance. And she identified me as someone that she felt had a good voice. And so she helped cultivate me not only as a singer, but as a singer in church, because she made it very clear to me, she really ingrained in me that there is a big difference between just standing up and singing in front of other people versus presenting songs in church, or at least there should be. You shouldn't stand up in front of church to say, hey, look at me, look how talented I am. Everybody clap for Paul because he is so good. That's not why you sing in church. The reason you sing in church is to present the gospel through music, through a means that otherwise is not standard what is done. And so that being the case, she drilled into me some really fundamental things that inspired me, that became a guide for me to follow, so that over the years I grew into opportunities where I literally was singing at events. I was ultimately, as I went into my college years and beyond, I was traveling around to churches, and I was singing and I was speaking, and I enjoyed it. It was very fulfilling, very rewarding. And the reason I really liked it is because every time I would sing things, and there would be people that would come up to me, and they would express how much sharing this song meant to them because it touched them. Somebody would come up and say, that song that you did, that means so much to me because it connects in this way, and I just haven't heard it in so long, so I really appreciate you doing that. And all these other kind of things, none of which I would know. I wouldn't know this about anybody at any church that I was going to sing at, or any event that I was not performing but presenting at, and so it was really great. Now in this context, it was divinely inspired. It's because God knew who was going to be there, and gave me the wisdom to choose the songs that would convey the right thing. But I didn't just go and do a concert of songs. Like I said, I would sing and I would speak. And so when I would do a service somewhere, I would choose a center theme, a central concept. And everything that I would say, every Bible verse I would share, and every song I would do, all connected back to that one central theme. That was the purpose of what we were doing that day. That was the focus that I was taking people down. And so in essence, I was doing a musical sermon. Or a sermon to music, whichever way you want to say it. But still, it was very rewarding, fulfilling. Now, I ultimately stopped doing that, mostly just because life, took me a different direction. My priorities, where my attention needed to focus, changed over time, and that just wasn't as practical for me to continue doing that kind of thing. But I did enjoy it. And so I still have all of these accompaniment tracks that I acquired over a significant number of years that I was doing that. Now they're all oldies now. but still, I really enjoyed them, and I enjoyed doing them. And so now that we're in this COVID-19 virus time, and other performers and singers are doing stuff online, and people can't go to churches and they can't go out to do things, I thought, you know what? Why not? Why not dust off some of those tracks, some of which I literally have not sang in years and in more than a decade, and see if I can still do them. Some of them I discovered I cannot. my voice has gone down maybe a notch or two since the days I was doing that. So there's some songs I can't quite get up there to where it used to be. So that's a bit challenging. But it has been interesting to dig back through those, and I thought, okay, you know what, I can do this. So I've started doing these episodes called Sundays with Paul, and they're not posted on the Hello from My Front Porch Facebook page. I have a separate, Facebook, well, they're not there either, but on YouTube, I mean, they're not posted on the Hello from My Front Porch YouTube. They're posted on my personal one, Paul Smith ATD, but I also have a link that I've created to a playlist where I put them all in a playlist. And if you want to just jump to the playlist, that should be tinyurl.com/Sundays with Paul. As you know, Sundays is in the day, not the ice cream. Although that does sound good. But still, the point being, these are 30 minutes or less. And what happens in them is I sing a few songs, I share some scripture, I share some thoughts and some comments, and every one of them revolves around a central focus, a central theme. And I've got 5 episodes now. Well, as of tomorrow, because today's Saturday, tomorrow, I now have 5 episodes in there, and the first one seemed to have garnered some interest, had some viewers. The rest of them, not much. So I don't know if that's a reflection on me or if people just lost track of them. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm still doing them for the time being, and I would like you, the folks who watch the Hello from My Front Porch, I would welcome you to go check it out. Now, if you're not a gospel music person, you're not a churchy person, that's fine. Whatever. But for the people who do like that kind of thing, I encourage you, go check it out. I would love for you to watch it and to let me know what you think, and to let me know if there are any of the episodes that resonate with you, that actually carry with you, that touch you in that way. Because like I said, that was always very rewarding for me to get that feedback. So I'd love to hear that kind of feedback from you all as well. But that's my purpose here today. And I'm wearing the black shirt because which is warm. It's a bit warm out here today, and wearing the black shirt is not helping. But the reason I'm wearing it is because this is what I wear every episode of Hello from My Sundays with Paul. It just makes it easy to not have to worry about that. And plus, again, the point of those is still, even though it's called Sundays with Paul, the point is not that it's about Paul. That's not what it's about. It's about the concepts that are being shared. And so part of the reason that I selected the black shirt, in fact, was because it's a background color. It's not flashy. It doesn't stand. I am not supposed to be the center of attention. That's not the purpose of that. So I encourage you to check in on Sundays with Paul if you want, and let me know what you think. And also keep watching Hello from My Front Porch. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the YouTube channels. Hello from My Front Porch, of course, also has its Facebook, has Twitter, has Instagram, and there's an IMBD page for Hello from My Front Porch too. You might want to check that out as well. Everybody who's ever been a guest on Hello from My Front Porch is found in that IMBD listing. So if you want to be mentioned on IMBD, you want to have a reference on there, be a guest here on the Front Porch. All right, now that should be here. See, now I worked in a shameless plug for Hello from My Front Porch while doing the shameless plug for Sundays with Paul. Double shameless, yes, twofer, a shameless twofer. All right, with that, I'll let you go, and I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.